How is the AEGW universe doing? I'm Log and welcome back to another Saturday Power Time. And so anyway, today, it is what the thumbnail says. I don't know, or the video says. I don't know what I'm naming this video yet, but anyway, I'm going to be reading a battle from my book that I am writing. It's done. I just need to edit. I think I have 30 more pages to edit at the moment. I think maybe 40. But I wanted to read a battle, which is my favorite battle in the book so far. And it's right here. So, at the moment, it's Jack and David versus Rayloff. Rayloff turned on Jack and David a while ago. Jack's a master battle axer, and David's a master archer. We're going to start with it just right in, okay? Alright. Rayloff began walking to them with a devilish smile. Oh, wait, no. We should start right here. Don't do it just yet. I want to see just how powerful this son of a bitch is. Can't he match my level? Jack asked. Rayloff began walking to them with a devilish smile. I think the question you should be asking is, can you match his? With you? I just might. Let's go, Jack said. Rayloff took out his dragon greatsword and it was covered in pitch black look. Rayloff, I know you're still in there. I'm gonna get you out of this state you're in, Jack said. They ran at each other, and when they met in the middle of the room, Rayloff swiped his greatsword low and tripped Jack. He throws his down at Jack and is able to spring right back up. I don't know what that means. He throws his down at Jack and is able to spring right back up and get his battle axe. Jack goes for a strike and is able to connect. He got a big hook of cheek. Rayloff looks at Jack with a wound and it begins to heal. David then shot an arrow at Rayloff's head and it went straight through his forehead. Jack looked at him in fear, thinking he had been killed. Rayloff proceeded to rip the arrow out of his head and let the wound heal. David, put some on the arrow now! He threw back his battle axe and slammed it down on Rayloff's back, throwing him on the floor. You put me through the ground? Oh, you put me to the ground, Rayloff screamed. David, it would be fantastic if you could hurry up, Jack yelled. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to be turned into a mutant, David replied. Rayloff got right back up and stared at Jack. He picked up his greatsword and locked up with Jack. Jack kicked him in the stomach and started kneeing him in the head. When Rayloff picked himself back up, Jack kicked his greatsword to the other side of the room. He picked up his battle axe and put it in front of Rayloff's throat and began to choke him. Rayloff began to struggle, but then he got furious. He elbowed Jack in the stomach behind him and making him let go of the hold. Rayloff tackled him to the ground and began elbowing him in the head repeatedly. With each hit, Jack as well was getting furious. After about a dozen elbows to the head, Jack blocked one. David, don't shoot him yet. I need to teach him a lesson first, Jack said. David looked at Jack, who had Rayloff on top of him, with Jack having his hand holding Rayloff's elbow in the way of his face so he won't hit him again. David, pick up my battle axe and slash him. I may have blocked an attack, but I can't get him off of me. David ran to the battle axe and was barely able to pick it up. He moved to Rayloff, where he went for a strike. Rayloff moved out of the way, and the attack hit Jack and said, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Jack!" David yelled. Rayloff got back on top of him and went back to hitting him with elbows. David knew he had to jump in or else Jack would be killed. Oh shit, what happened? Oh, give me a second. He conjured up his dual blades and got on top of Jack and stabbed him as many times as he could. Even with all the stabs, Rayloff got up and stared into David's eyes. David went for another slash. He moved behind him and punched him in the side of the head, temporarily knocking David out. He turned around to go back to beating up Jack. When he did, though, Jack had his battle axe in hand and was going for a strike. Rayloff reversed by grabbing his battle axe and gripping it with an intense strength. Jack, realizing that his weapon could get broken here, he headbutted Rayloff and went for another slash. Rayloff dodged once more and was able to get back to his greatsword. Jack ran at him for another attack, but it was interrupted by Rayloff once more. He kicked him in the stomach and then began to slash Jack over and over. Soon enough, your body won't be able to keep up, and you will fall, Rayloff screamed. Damn, that freaking light is starting to burn my eyes. He hit with a great amount of strikes and slashed to the point Jack was on his stomach. Oh, shut up. I thought something happened. Jack was on his stomach like Rayloff was previously early in the battle. Your end is now! I die with regret, Jack said barely. Rayloff went to put his greatsword in the back of Jack, giving him the final blow. As he lifted it in the air for more power in the attack, he suddenly dropped it. He fell to the ground. Then David can be seen having shoved an arrow covered in the black liquid into Rayloff's foot. He was on the ground, not even close to being recovered from the knockout he had received. He dragged himself close to Jack, who had still had his eyes barely open and was gasping for air. He lays next to Jack to attempt to talk to him. Jack doesn't respond. Oh, Jack, we did it. We got the arrow into Rayloff. You don't have to worry anymore. Alright, so I think that's the end of the battle. So that's mainly like sort of the combat that I'm going for, just a bunch of... It reminds me now that I've been looking at like comments. It reminds me of Korra, like Korra, the Legend of Korra. Like Jack and David are really strong, but sometimes the boss will fuck them up, but then they barely get out of it alive. But but if you'd like me to read some more of this sometime, that'd be great. I have a lot more stuff to read. This is page 147 of 189. But this was the episode of Saturday Power Time. I just wanted to read you what I've been working on, and finally now that I'm back into work mode, maybe I can work on it more and maybe finish it before the end of the year. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button with you finish your link to pin it with the 1, 2, 3 count. But if you disliked it, please tell me what I could do better in the next video or in the future. And bye. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.